Hello viewer, my name is Nilesh Tanwar. So my idea that I am presenting is an automated surveillance detection surveillance system using object detection models. I have developed this idea under the theme of urban development and smart cities, and my sub theme is surveillance and security. And my team name is Pari. Uh, let's have a look at the contents that we are gonna see in this presentation. So I will start with a brief overview and then discuss about why is this problem need to be solved, what is the burning need. Then I would move on to the object detection models being used, building upon the old infrastructure and how we can save on that, and additionally what we need to append to this idea. Then we would see a few limitations and how to overcome them, and then finally discuss about a question like if there is automation, that means the security guards and other people will lose job. Is that so? Yeah, we will discuss this at the last of this video. Let's start with a brief overview. So the aim that I have taken for developing this idea is to develop an application that could support automated trespass detection in the front of the camera, in front of the surveillance area, which could be done by a security guard, but that could be maybe erroneous, or the security guard may be bribed to like make false claims. So manual surveillance, as we know, definitely has a risk of human error and unfaithfulness of the person who is doing that, and an automated system could actually overcome these things and provide the end user a good experience. So what essentially I'm doing in this idea is I am appending a object detection algorithm script inside an application that would just seek the video from the camera, and to the end user it will supply the information that this particular thing has trespassed in front of the camera. See if there is any possible trespass which you don't want. It may be a thief or someone else, and yeah, please see to it. And why not manually do it? It is an obvious question. Like we do have security guards and CCTVs already installed in many of the shops, like a jewelry shop or a bank, ATM, etc. Actually, what the problem here is, like if you have a person there, and definitely there you can't trust for the faithfulness. He or she could be bribed for the money, and also there are a lot of doors. Each entrance could be like you need to have a camera there, and you need to surveillance that in sub surveillance room and arrange all that stuff. Whatever if just I say beep, there is one trespass over the gate number 2, please see if that is something you want, or you want to restrict that trespass. I think that could help the security guard as well as the owner, like yeah, this is a trusted information, please act upon it. So we already have the CCTVs there. We just need to provide that input to the application that I will show in the next video, and then we are all good. I mean, that will show the notification of suitable columns, like this particular trespass has happened at this particular time, please see if that is something you don't want. And this is the automation that I am working on. I mean, this is the field. So let's see about the object detection models. So object detection model essentially in the field of computer vision and ML, where these certain algorithms are that could detect if there is some object, a recognizable object on which the algorithm has been trained. Basically for this application I'm just doing a human detection, like when a human is trespass or not. We can easily modify and change the models so that other things can also be spot, and we can actually see many other things and spot and report that, hey, say there's a dog that trespassed your particular so and so gate at this particular time, please see. So how much this transformation would cost? That is the most important thing. I mean, why would a person would be willing to move to this solution? That is the main thing. I mean, although we have a strong value proposition, we do have a cost structure which they might like if they know that the key features that we are selling are good. So we have to actually sell them the problem that is in hand. So, and also the transformation cost should be less. So why would anybody scrap their CCTVs and say that I would use your algorithms and all to do this. So what essentially this idea would be doing is it would be taking the videos from the old setup only, that CCTV and all, and it would take the video and run the algorithm above it, and will display an output to the user in the form of any notification from any application, or there may be a web app or a mobile app. Hey, and there is a notification, see, you are the owner and your particular shop or thing has been trespassed, and please see. So in that way we could actually reduce the cost of transformation, which is essentially the what I should say is the unique selling point, USP, for this particular idea. So additional infrastructure is still required, which is for running this object detection algorithm, which as I said is a ML algorithm and would require a strong computation power. You can sell as a service this power, this particular object detection algorithm as a service, where the user would need to transfer his live video over the internet. If he or she is having a good internet, we can always have a server located somewhere remotely doing all the computation and telling the user, oh hey, there is a trespass. Or we can, what we can do is we can sell them a dedicated machine, which would be a normal machine, or even their PC could be installed with this particular application that would be having this object detection model. And hey, you are just feeding that idea into that that video into that model, and that algorithm is doing all the work required. Just a single machine which they already be having to see all the CCTV recordings. They might have tens and twelves of machines there, but you just need one. Processing speed could be according to the FPS and other values that we need, and according to the number of inputs we required. So but there is one more thing, like we for a general CCTV systems, we used to store a lot of recordings of these CCTV cameras, and that could cost a lot if you want to store them for a number of days. But here what I'm doing is I'm just recording the timestamp and related photographs, or maybe the short clip of the time where there is a trespass. Otherwise the video would be static. No, we just need to store the place where the trespass has happened. So in that way, I mean essentially just storing an image for a particular trespass, and just a small data like this, these number of persons were identified, or these particular things I've identified, this was the time, and yeah, that's it. I mean, in that way we are exponentially reduce that cost of storing that. I mean, for a number of days and even for years, data they can maintain, rather than having a complete video. I mean, that would cost them a lot, because it would be highly in GBs for a single day only. So yeah, that is one more USP of this product. I mean, just a small database and an image for a trespass, good to go. So are there any limitations? Yeah, of course. Like if we are having a, I mean, where to run this object detection algorithm if we are not having a good network, how to provide that to the service cloud? Okay, there is a solution that we are providing is just host that object detection algorithm on a local PC. But how to scale that if that person is having that enough computation power? But I think if the requirement is a bit low, definitely a normal PC would also do, because in the video that I have pasted the link in the description, there is for the demo, there you would see that my normal PC is doing a good job of like in detecting these trespass with a good FPS. FPS, the frame per second, they're evaluating. So another thing could be the storing of huge surveillance recordings. If any person would want to still store the video recordings, I mean, that again could be a reason. But here we are having the images and particular database entries, which I don't think would be a problem to, I mean, come over here, because you can just store years of data in a few GBs only. Okay, that is actually the USP that I said. There could be a problem of blocking camera vision. I mean, if I block the camera, I mean, just like this, oh, boom, yeah, you are not able to see anybody in front of the camera. Okay, so that problem is something that could be possible, and maybe identified by a human, but machine may think, oh, there is no object, but yeah, there is one object. So what essentially we could do is, like, if there is all black, hey, please see, your camera is not working. That is just a small add-on to the actual application which we could see, like reporting to all black screen. Okay, there one more question comes into the mind of the person who would see that, yeah, you are doing an automation, that means a loss of jobs. So what would my security guard in my colony would do now? Really, I mean, automation we have seen in many other places, people opposing that because it could lead to loss of jobs, but we have seen that it has created many other jobs in some other fields. So similar argument could be presented here, but people would say, okay, so you would need more people who are skilled, that would be employed in this automation and other systems update maintenance things. What about the unskilled security guards who lost their job because of this automation? Hey, wait, if people are employed in the skilled people are employed, definitely these people would get an indirect employment in order to serve for some particular service which are being indirectly used or directly used by the skilled laborers who are being employed. So that doesn't ever happens. I mean, people would get job in some other sector that would be created as an outcome of this innovation. So we are at good win-win situation. Okay, at long last, I would just like to say thank you, and please check out the another video for the demo, which for the link for which I've pasted in the description below. And actually that is a prototype Python based system app that I've built using Tkinter, which actually models like how and when will a user would get to see, hey, that there is a trespass, and how it is stored, what other data are stored, and how easy it is to like start a surveillance. I would do the surveillance using my own camera webcam. And yeah, thank you so much, and that's end of the video.